till death do us part.
Eddie? Eddie? Edward Brock, wake up at once. What on Clintar is happening?
I'm not sure. Hela grabbed us by the throat, and the next thing I know, here I am, separated from you, my symbiote, and locked away in some sort of nasty dungeon.
But we are Venom. We should not be confined to cages. We must escape.
Escape? Oh, no, I almost forgot. He actually escaped.
Who?
Knull, your lousy king in black. When the Phoenix egg shattered, the energy it gave off seared a hole straight through the surface of Clintar, just like Wanda and I warned those idiot heroes it would.
We knew it. Those fools should have listened to us, and to the Scarlet Witch. She deserves attention. Her power is so delicious.
Calm down. Now's not the time. Knull's on the loose, and he's got his sword, all black, back in his hands. He's ready to begin another campaign of cosmic conquest.
Ooh, that rolls off the tongue.
This isn't a joke, and you know it. You're a symbiote, which means you're even more aware than I am of how much of a threat your creator is to every living creature in this reality.
Which is exactly why we tried to stop him, Eddie. I remember now.
Yeah, and it was a bad call. We never should have tried to take Knull on alone.
Then perhaps it's a good thing we never had the chance.
Really? You think it's a good thing that Hela got to us and ripped us apart?
She may have removed us from each other's physical presence, but she can never break the bond we share. Even though we may be in separate cells, we are never truly alone.
You're more right about that than you realize. I think some of your cousins just showed up in here with me, and they look like they're pretty hungry.
Fend them off with your meaty human fists, Eddie. I will try to speak to them through our hive mind to let them know that we are on their side.
Thanks, but try to talk fast, okay? I want my meaty fists off the menu, ASAP.
They claim that they did not come to hurt you, Eddie, but rather that they were running from something they feared would hurt them.
Really? Clintar is their homeworld. What could possibly be here that the symbiotes are afraid of? Other than Knull, I mean.
Whatever it was, they said it burned with the fury of 1,000,000 stars being born.
Wait, do you think it could be a fragment of that Phoenix egg?
Perhaps.
Then we need to get out of here right now, buddy.
I have never agreed with you more, Eddie.
So we can find that shard before anyone else does.
I take that back.
A dire warning. Bridge online, transmitting across all frequencies/realities.
Victor, it's Reed. I don't know if this message will reach you, and honestly, even if it does, I'm not sure you'll listen. After all, in the majority of realities, you view me as your arch-nemesis. That's why I'm going to keep what I have to say short and simple. You need to stop. As a fellow scientist, I understand full well how easily things can get out of hand. One minute, you're searching for answers about the mysteries of creation. Next, you're setting off a chain reaction that collapses countless timelines onto each other, rewriting the foundations of reality itself. We all make mistakes. But it's up to men like us, with the mental capacity to understand the effects of our actions on a universal scale, to know when we've gone too far. And this time, Victor, you've gone too far. I don't blame you for the time stream entanglement. While I know it was your insatiable curiosity that caused the initial spark, I'm well aware there were other forces at play that sent things cascading beyond your control. Once the damage to space-time is repaired and reality is restored to its original state, I'm sure you can be forgiven. Someday. But it's your more recent actions that have left me confounded. The Victor Von Doom I know would have done anything to set the universe right once more, even if it was ultimately to prove his superior intellect and bask in the glory of being the savior of all that is. But instead, both you and your future self have wasted your natural talents playing games, manipulating Dracula into creating a vampire nation, striking a deal with Krakoa to siphon chronal energy, and now sending dueling legions of Doombots to Clintar to recover samples of powerful cosmic substances, a celestial codex, and the Phoenix Force itself, while the rest of us fight for our lives against an ancient god of darkness. It's madness, Victor, and you know it. True, there have been times when your goals have vaguely aligned with our own. For instance, having these Doombots eliminate overly aggressive symbiotes benefits us all, to a point. But sadly, their programming contains no language about helping us in our efforts to save the universe. In fact, upon analysis, I discovered that the warring android factions were recently ordered not to hurt each other, yet there's nothing stopping them from hurting us. I added a few lines of code to change that. I hope you don't mind. I don't expect you to join this fight, Victor. That's never been your style. But I warn you now, if you continue to stand in our way as we try to clean up this mess that you've made, I will personally make sure that you, and every version of you in every reality there is, come to regret that decision. If I were you, this is one theory I wouldn't risk putting to the test.
Transmission ended. On the blade's edge.
Feels good to be back in action. Damn good. When Dracula took me prisoner in New York, your boy Blade had the life drained out of him in ways that no bloodsuckers ever managed before. That was some real next level mystic. Even after my friends set me free, it took me a hell of a lot longer than I would have liked to recover. I ended up sleeping off my wounds in Space Wakanda for what felt like months. That was a new one for old Eric Brooks, and I've been through a lot. Lucky for me, they delivered me to Princess Shuri, who did everything in her power to get me back on my feet again. Still, I was so far gone that I didn't even wake up when Ultron and his robot army attacked the biggest party of the year. Luckily, Shuri was smart enough not to leave me behind snoozing before everyone raced off to the next big shindig. When she had to take off for an alien planet, she came to me looking for help, and you best believe I jumped at the chance. I've been sitting on the sidelines for way too long. Armed with Dracula's sword, because let's face it, that old shit ain't using it no more, I got a first-class ticket across the galaxy to the planet Clintar. Shuri'd gotten a hot tip from her own personal Panther goddess that some ancient creep named Knull was trapped inside the planet's core and was itching to bust free. It was up to me, and anyone else who was willing to join the fight, to stop him. Sounded easy. But when I showed up, it wasn't Knull running the show. It was this bitch Hela, the queen of the dead. Good thing I wasn't dancing with her for too long. I found a new ally in the Phoenix. If anyone could help me burn Hela to a crisp, it was her. Things didn't go so smooth at first, and my girl Jean ended up getting her Phoenix Force scattered all across Clintar. But what seemed like a major setback may have actually been a blessing in disguise. I was able to absorb some of the Phoenix Force into the Sword of Dracula, giving my weapon a cosmic-powered upgrade. But even with all that, it still wasn't enough to take down Hela. Out of options, I waited for her to get close and sank my teeth right into her neck. Got a good few mouthfuls of blood, along with a healthy dose of Knull's darkness running through her. After that, there was nothing Hela could throw at me that I couldn't take. With my boosted powers, I sure as hell wasn't about to get taken down by a flock of crows. And that old hag knew it, so she ran like a bat out of hell. And now we've got a clear path to take our battle to the man himself. So watch out, Knull, we're coming for ya. But your boy ain't stupid. I know Hela ain't done yet, and something tells me she ain't gonna be wasting her time sleeping off her wounds. So I'd better keep my head on swivel, and my sword in hand.